Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking Pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings boys game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and we're getting ready to bring you two basketball games tonight. We have a doubleheader from Prairie Farm High School, and we'll start things out with the 6-7 Colfax Viking Boys taking on the 8-6 Prairie Farm Panthers. And then we'll follow that up with the Viking girls taking on the Panthers shortly after the boys game is complete. Now, the boys are coming off a 55-43 victory over the Glenwood City Hilltoppers, while the Prairie Farm Panthers are coming off a 39-26 win over the Clayton Bears on Friday. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Prairie Farm Panthers and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Noel's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school boys basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader with the boys basketball game between the Prairie Farm Panthers and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to build on the hard work and hustle that led them to a 55-43 victory over the Glenwood City Hilltoppers back on Thursday. In that win over the Hilltoppers, the Vikings were led in scoring by 5'8" sophomore Elijah Ensminger, who hit on 4 field goals, a free throw, and 3 three-pointers for 18 points. He was followed by Jack Charlo, who picked up 11 points, and Tristan Lenz, who added another 8. Now, thus far in the season, the Vikings are led in scoring by Ensminger, who's averaging nearly 12 points per game. Following Ensminger is Nathan Hajdukovic, who's averaging 9 points per game, and Charlo, who's adding just over 8.5. Now, the leading rebounders for the Vikings include Tristan Lenz, who averages nearly 7 rebounds per game, and Charlo, who grabs almost 6. The Prairie Farm Panthers come into tonight's game with a record of 8-6 overall and 8-3 in the East Lakeland Conference. They're coming off a 39-26 win over the Clayton Bears on Friday. Unfortunately, we don't have any scoring numbers from that game. However, thus far on the season, the Panthers are led by the two-headed monster of juniors Alec Clefstead and Tyler Rosbach. Clefstead is averaging nearly 16.5 points per game, while Rosbach is putting up 16 points per game. And don't count out Jacob Rosbach, who's adding over 9.5 points per game. The Vikings would like to keep moving in the right direction following their win on Thursday. Meanwhile, the Panthers would like to stay sharp so they can make a push in the East Lakeland Conference. Currently, the Vikings are averaging nearly 53 points per game while giving up an average of almost 62. The Panthers are scoring an average of 54 points per game while giving up 50. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Mark Noel on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking boys head coach Mark Knoll in Coach's Corner. And Coach, last Thursday, the Vikings snapped a bit of a losing skid as they defeated the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 55-43. What can you tell us about that game?
Well, I think number one is that we got off to a good start. You know, we played really aggressive, and that was kind of our mindset going into the game, that we needed to play aggressive. If you remember, I kind of talked to you about we needed to speed Glenwood City up and make it a faster game, and knowing that they're a physical team as well. But I thought our boys did a great job of just playing well together, making extra passes, looking for each other, and then just bringing in that defensive energy to the game.
Now, in watching that game, it appeared as though the boys were finally able to put the various pieces of their game together to make a complete effort for the first time since the COVID layoff. Now, what changes has that made in the spirit or attitudes of the players at practice heading into tonight's game?
Well, I think anything, we've won, I think, 4 of our last 6 games, something like that. So we had a 2-game stretch there where we did not play well. But, I think just getting back to that winning, edge, it's a mental mindset. And getting that back, you can see the boys have felt really good about themselves and what we're trying to accomplish. If we can win tonight, we're going to be back to 8-8 overall.
Now, today, the Vikings are taking on the Prairie Farm Panthers, and the Panthers are currently 8-3 in the East Lakeland Conference and looking to make a push to challenge Flambeau for the top spot in that conference. What can you tell us about the Prairie Farm Panthers?
I think what we can tell you is that they have 2 players that are averaging right around 16 to 16 and a half points a game. One of them's made like 35 threes on the year. I feel like, again, and you watch it tonight, Rick, if we can make this a fast game and make it a game where they have to pass the ball a lot, we're going to create a lot of turnovers. And that's going to be our defensive mindset going into this game, is that we want to try to get traps, we want to be aggressive, and we're going to see what we can make Prairie Farm be uncomfortable out there.
Now, you've kind of alluded to it, but the Panthers do have Clefstead, Rosbach, and Rosbach, and basically I would call them a 3-headed monster. And you talked a little bit about some of the trapping and so on and speeding up the game, but what else do the Vikings need to do to hold those 3 at bay? They're going to score some points.
Well, I think the first kid you mentioned, number 23, it's just about not letting him get any wide open, uncontested shots, and I think that's the case for all 3 kids. We don't want anyone to get a wide open, uncontested shots. And I think when we're on top of our game with our press and with our half court defense, that doesn't happen very often, where people just get wide open shots. And so,
Coach Knoll. Go ahead. No, I didn't want to interrupt you. You were finishing up a thought there.
No, it's okay.
Okay, well, I was just going to finish up here and just say good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings can find a way to keep the winning rolling.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And go Vikings, and I appreciate you being there tonight for us.
You bet.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savebythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking pregame. The Vikings are looking to stay on the winning track, which could get them on a roll to be relevant in the Dun-St. Croix Conference race. At the same time, the Panthers are looking to find a way to keep pace with East Lakeland leading Flambeau. So the stage is set for some exciting boys high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, we'll send it over to Prairie Farm High School, where we're getting ready to bring you game one of tonight's doubleheader basketball with the boys game between the Colfax Vikings and the Prairie Farm Panthers. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
You've been tuned to Viking pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings boys game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Light Colfax Viking Basketball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Colfax Viking Basketball is on the air.
Lenz with the rebound, puts it up and in. Christian Lenz gets the putback shot.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking Boys varsity basketball game.
And it's no good. Rebound taken down and put up and in. Ryan Albright with the rebound.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Inside, gives it off to Hoffman. Hoffman feeds underneath, the shot goes up and in by Nathan Hajdukovic.
Yeah, good cut there by Nate.
Well, good evening and welcome to Prairie Farm High School. Rick Olson here, along with Dan Petchow. And Jeff Gust is on the camera for us tonight. And we're getting ready to bring you some Viking non-conference basketball tonight. Both boys and girls. We have a full night of basketball action coming your way. We're going to start off tonight with the boys. And they're taking on the Prairie Farm Panthers. The Panthers come into the game with a record of 8 wins and 6 losses overall. They're 8-3 in the East Lakeland Conference, currently sitting in second place behind the Flambeau Falcons. The Vikings are 6-7, currently 3-4 in the Dun-St. Croix Conference, and coming off a big win last Thursday against the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Kind of broke a little bit of a losing streak for the Vikings, and hopefully they can keep that winning moving in their direction.
Yeah, you know, they kind of had that little rough patch there for 3-4 games, and now they look like they're kind of back in the rhythm again.
And I'll tell you what, we've got about 5 minutes before the start of this first game, so we're going to take a quick time out, get a couple messages from our sponsors, and then we'll be back, and Dan will have the starting lineups for you on tonight's boys game, part 1 of our boys then girls doubleheader. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN NLWN-TV. Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
And we're back here at Prairie Farm High School. The teams are still out there warming up. Prairie Farm Panthers taking on the Colfax Vikings. Dan, why don't you let us know who's going to play in this game?
Yeah, here's the starters for Prairie Farm Panthers tonight. They're going to go with junior number 2, Tyler Rosbeck. Freshman number 3, J.C. Nelson. Sophomore number 10, Cooper Singerhouse. Senior number 15, Jacob Rosbeck. And junior number 23, Alec Clefstead. For the Colfax Vikings, they're going to go with senior number 2, Nate Hajdukovic. Senior number 4, Bryce Sikora. Sophomore number 10, Elijah Inspringer. Senior number 22, Tristan Lenz. And senior number 24, Ryan Albrecht.
So a bit of a lineup change for the Vikings tonight with Lenz starting in place of Charlo. And we'll see how that works out for the Vikings. For the Prairie Farm Panthers, they have a three-headed monster out there with Rosbeck, and Clefstead. Clefstead scores over 20 points per game. Tyler Rosbeck with 16 and a half, and Jacob Rosbeck with over 9 points per game. So they can put the ball in the rim.
Yeah, it might be a little nice adjustment for Colfax to have Tristan in the beginning. That'll give them a little extra height, and cover that baseline a little better. The other teams could kind of run up the score in the first 5 minutes because they're always a little mismatched for Colfax. So this should help out.
Well, I noticed as I'm looking at the Vikings out there warming up, the Vikings have suited up a couple of extra players, brought them up from the JV to be suited up for this game. We have the officials coming across the floor, shaking the hands of the Viking coaches, doing their proper introductions. And now heading over to introduce themselves to the Prairie Farm Panthers coaches. And coming up real soon, we'll have National Anthem and the starting lineups for both teams. And we're going to send it down to the scorers table and get all that for you right now. Well, evidently, there is no national anthem for this first game. We'll have to see if they have one before the girls' game. And we were just informed by the live stream people from Prairie Farm that there will be a national anthem before the girls' game. So we'll just go right into the starting lineups. Dan, let's see if they do as good a job as you did.
Colfax Vikings and your Prairie Farm Panthers. Colfax High School, Prairie Farm High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are on grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. After the game, please throw any garbage in the receptacles located at the entrances to the gym. Also, please note that all elementary school-age students are asked to sit with their parents during tonight's event. And now for your starting lineup. Starting for the Colfax Vikings, senior number 2, Nate Hajdukovic. Senior number 4, Bryce Sikora. Sophomore number 10, Elijah Ensminger. Senior number 22, Tristan Lenz. And senior number 24, Ryan Albright. The Vikings are coached by Mark Knoll and assisted by Tristan Kilson, Nick Height, and Brett Prince. And now for your Prairie Farm Panthers, junior number 2, Tyler Rosbeck. Freshman number 3, Chase Nelson. Sophomore number 10, Cooper Singerhouse. Senior number 15, Jacob Rosbeck. And junior number 23, Ellen Clustead. The Panthers are coached by Willie Geiger and assisted by Scott Law. Good luck to both teams.
And the starting lineups for both teams. Again, once again, for the Prairie Farm Panthers, we have Rosbeck, Nelson, Singerhouse, Rosbeck, and Clustead. We'll refer to the two Rosbecks by their first names, Tyler and Jacob. Jumping center for the Vikings is Tristan Lenz. We also have Hajdukovic, Sikora, Ensminger, and Albright out there on the floor. Ball goes up. Tip controlled by the Vikings. Hajdukovic with it. Gets it out to Sikora, to Ensminger. Back to Sikora on the right side. Gets it to Lenz on the baseline. Goes up, puts it in. Vikings draw first blood. And they're putting on full court pressure. This is Nelson with it. Gets it to Clustead. Back over to Tyler Rosbeck. He's got it on the right side. Feeds it to Clustead at the free throw line. Ball to the baseline. Gets intercepted by the Vikings. To Ensminger. He takes it down the right baseline. Tries to get it back out to Lenz. He missed it, but Sikora picked it up. Lays it up. No good. Rebound. Hunted down by Hajdukovic. His shot is no good, and we got a whistle. And they called it traveling against Clustead. Whoa, they're calling it against the Vikings. Clustead had the ball wrapped up in his arms when the travel occurred. Oh, the Vikings have it. Now they got it. Shot up by Albright. Three-pointer. Vikings up 5-0. Singerhouse has it. Tries to feed it into the lane. Intercepted by Hajdukovic. Long pass down to Ensminger. Gets it back out to Albright. Back to Ensminger from the corner. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Sikora with the rebound. And then from the corner is Albright.
Albright with a quick 6 points.
8-0. Vikings on top. Down the floor is Tyler Rosbeck. Feeds it to the baseline. They lose control, but they pick it back up. They get it out to Clustead between the circles to Tyler Rosbeck. Down into the corner to Clustead. Three-pointer on the way. He missed it. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. It'll be Vikings ball. Sikora on the dribble. Brings it across the timeline. Hands it off to Hajdukovic. Cuts down through the lane. Jump stop. Puts it up. No good. Lenz with the rebound. Puts it up. No good. Gets his own back again. Now it's taken away by the Panthers. Clustead with the ball. They get it over to Nelson. Down along the baseline. Ball gets loose. Handed back and then up and in by Jacob Rosbeck. First points of the night for the Panthers. Ensminger with it. He tries to lay it up, and we're going to get a foul. And the foul is on Tyler Rosbeck. That's his first personal, first team foul. Inbound pass to Ensminger between the circles. Pulls up at the free throw line. Shot goes up and rolls in. 10-2, Vikings on top. Vikings still with full court pressure, and they force, it looks like a turnover. We have a jump ball. And I believe it's a possession arrow and a timeout being called by the Prairie Farm Panthers. And you're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Back here at Prairie Farm High School, where they've just inbounded the ball. Dan, I can't take you anywhere. You know people everywhere we go.
Yeah, I haven't seen this guy in probably 10 years. He trained my horse.
All right, Panthers have it high, wide, and right. Feed it over to the left side. That's Singerhouse, gets it out to the corner to Clefstead. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound, Ensminger takes it down the floor. Got all the way down to the baseline. Ball gets tapped out of bounds. And evidently, Ensminger tapped it before it went out of bounds. Singerhouse to inbound. Gets it into Jacob Rosbeck to Clefstead. Over to Tyler Rosbeck into the lane. Feeds it down underneath now out to Clefstead. On the left side. Going up with the shot is Jacob Rosbeck. It's no good. Rebound out to Tyler Rosbeck. It's over to Singerhouse. Now to Clefstead. To Tyler Rosbeck on the left baseline. To Clefstead. He's double teamed. Now they get it out high, wide, and right. And controlling it just before it goes over the timeline is Singerhouse to Clefstead. His shot is up, no good. Rebound chased down by Jacob Rosbeck. His shot is no good, but the Vikings come away with it. Down the floor comes Sikora. Gets it to Hajdukovic. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on Lenz on the rebound. Tyler Rosbeck controlled it. Be the first foul on Lenz. First team foul, and we have our first hockey line change of the night. 5 in, 5 out for the Vikings. It means we have Irwin and Medine, Johnson, Jensen, and Swanson. Down the floor come the Prairie Farm Panthers. They get it out to Nelson. Feeds it into the lane to Jacob Rosbeck. Tries to get it out to Clefstead, and he threw it away. It'll be Viking ball on the far side. Irwin on the dribble. Vikings ahead, 10-2. Irwin with it. Coming over to the right side, gets it to Jensen in the right corner. Back out to Irwin. Over to Medine, over to Johnson on the left. Medine at the top of the key to Jensen. He cuts into the lane, goes to the hole, went up and drew the foul. Foul on Clefstead. And that's his first personal. Second team foul. Jensen's free throw is off the front of the iron, no good. Second shot. On the way, it's good. 11-2, Vikings up by 9. Clefstead with it, feeds it to Jacob Rosbeck. He's got it down on the right baseline and threw it away. He was trying to hit Singerhouse. Vikings putting a lot of pressure on Prairie Farm right away. Into the Prairie Farm lineup is Ben Law. He's replacing Jacob Rosbach. Johnson with the ball across the timeline. Feeds it over to Irwin on the left side. Now takes it to the free throw line. Into the lane. Gets it out to Medine on the right. Now high, wide, and right to Irwin. To Jensen. Drives into the lane. Tries to go up. Lost the handle. And it's out of bounds to the Prairie Farm Panthers. Vikings inbound it. They feed it down to Law. Then it's over to Tyler Rosbach. He's double teamed. Down into the corner to Klefstad. Drives the baseline. Gets it back out to Tyler Rosbach, who puts it up and in. 11-4, Vikings on top. Irwin with it. Takes it into the lane. Thought about a shot. Decided not to. Now tries to go up with it. It doesn't go in. Bounced around up there for a while, and Prairie Farm comes away with it. Rosbach. This is Tyler on the dribble. Double teamed. Gets it to Law. Feeds it back to Rosbach. Takes it into the lane. Puts it up no good. Rebound by Klefstad. Klefstad on the baseline. Feeds it to Singerhouse in the paint. Gets it out to Tyler Rosbach. Back out high to Nelson. Over to Law. To Rosbach. This is Tyler on the right side. And his pass gets intercepted by the Vikings. This is Irwin coming down the floor. Puts up the shot. It rolls around and in. Kyle Irwin with that one. And a two-pointer by Klefstad. 13-6. Vikings on top. Medine with it. Gets it over to Jensen. Comes down the left baseline. Puts a shot up. It's no good. Rebound battled for. And coming away with it is Prairie Farm. Nelson with it. Or check that was Singerhouse. To Klefstad, along the baseline, gets it out to Law. Back to Singerhouse, tries to go to the paint, puts it up. It was blocked by the Vikings. Ball comes down, Klefstad has it, puts it up and in. Bounced off the backboard and it went in. 13-8, Vikings by 5. Irwin on the dribble at the top of the key. Takes it over to the left side, gets it to Medine. Medine launches a three-pointer short. He gets his own rebound, puts it right back up again. It's off the back of the iron. And a rebound. We're going to get a jump ball. It'll be Viking ball. And another hockey line change. Got a rebound, White. Let's go now. Whoa. It's red ball, yes. They were about to give it to Prairie Farm, and I was going to say, wait a minute. That's a second jump ball, and
you almost got away with it.
All right, Vikings inbound, and Albright puts it up no good. Rebound taken down by Klefstad. Gets it over to Rosbach. Down the floor he comes. This is Tyler Rosbach on the dribble. Loses the handle, and it's picked up by the Vikings to Sikora. Sikora on the left baseline jumper. It's up no good. Rebound taken down by the Panthers. Tyler Rosbach on the dribble, feeds it over to Klefstad on the left side. Cross court, pass to the right baseline, and the ball gets intercepted by the Vikings. Albright feeds it to Ensminger. Lays it up, it's a little hard, no good. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul as Lenz tried to put the rebound back up. The foul's on Tyler Rosbach.
His second.
Third team foul. Tristan Lenz at the line to shoot two. First shot is up. It's no good. Into the lineup is Tyler Call for Prairie Farm. Jacob Rosbach also back in. Second shot on the way, off the front of the iron. Call gets the rebound. Gets it to Klefstad, back to Call, and down the floor he comes. Stops before the timeline, then feeds it over to Rosbach down along the baseline. They try to feed it along there, and it goes out of bounds. Nelson tried to send the pass across the baseline, and it just kind of missed. It hit, well, I shouldn't say it missed. It hit the baseline.
Yeah, good job by Colfax defense.
Albright with it to Ensminger, to Lenz, puts the shot up and it goes in. 15-8, Vikings on top. 9:49 to go in the first half. Singerhouse with it, stops at the free throw line, feeds it over to Jacob Rosbach, and it went out of bounds. Vikings with it. Sikora. He brings it up across the timeline, takes it over to the left side. Out to Albright. Albright feeds it over into the right corner to Ensminger. Jumper, it's good! About a 6-foot jump shot by Elijah Ensminger. 17-8, Vikings back up by 9. Singerhouse with it on the right side, feeds it underneath to Rosbach. His shot is no good. Rebound taken down by Lenz. Down the floor come the Vikings. Ensminger with it, puts it up, no good. Rebound back up, no good. Lenz with the putback, and he got it to go.
6 points for Lenz.
19-8, Vikings up by 11. Down the floor come the Prairie Farm Panthers with a long lead pass to Call. He puts a jumper up, it's no good. Rosbach with the rebound, gets it out to Nelson. To Clefstead, his shot is no good, and we're going to get a foul. Fouls on Albright. That's his first personal, second team foul on the Vikings. Alec Clefstead. First shot is up, no good. 6'2" junior, leading scorer for the Prairie Farm Panthers. Tyler Rosbach back in for the Panthers. He's in for Singerhouse. Clefstead's second shot is on the way. It's good. 19-9, Vikings by 10. Sikora with it. He's high, wide, and left. Takes it between the circles over to the right side to Albright. Albright turned the ball over that time with a carry. He tried that quick change of direction and wanted to take the ball with him, but he carried it in the process. So the Panthers come down the floor, they feed it down, and it goes through the hands of Jacob Rosbach. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. So with 8:25 to go, Vikings 19, Prairie Farm Panthers 9. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
On those days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas, and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFam is a slam dunk. That's FitFam Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
Back at Prairie Farm High School, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Jeff Gust on the camera. Vikings have the ball. They're up by 10. Sikora with it. Takes it down the right side of the lane. Lays it up. No good. Rebound taken down by the Panthers. Tyler Rosbach with it. At the free throw line. Takes it out high, wide, and right. Gets it over to Call. Then they try to feed it into the lane to Call cutting, and Lenz steals it. Takes it down the floor. Lays it up and in. Tristan Lenz with a solo flight. 21-9, Vikings on top. Clefstead with the ball, takes it across the timeline on the left side. Lost it off his foot, and down the floor comes Ensminger. He lays it up. It's no good. Rebound. Ensminger came down really hard, and Lenz puts it up and in. And Ensminger is a little sore. I think he's going to be okay. We're going to get a hockey line change anyway for the Vikings. Down the floor come the Panthers. Clefstead has it on the left side. And this one, here goes Lenz on another solo fight. Clefstead got back quickly, knocked it away and off of Lenz and went out of bounds. Dan's kind of rolling his eyes at that one.
Thought there's going to be a little grab there on Lenz. But...
So Prairie Farm has the ball. And a 5-in, 5-out for the Vikings. Singerhouse gets it over to the right side. Vikings steal the ball. Irwin with it, goes up. Ball goes out of bounds off the Panthers. And we have Law coming in, replacing Call for the Panthers. Medine to inbound for the Vikings, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson takes it out high, feeds it down into the left corner to Medine, and they're going to say Medine traveled. He's going, huh?
Apparently he slid his pivot foot.
Yeah, from here, but we're on the opposite side of the floor, so it's hard to tell. It looked pretty clean. Anyway, Prairie Farm with the ball. Tyler with it. He's trapped at the timeline. Finally gets the pass into Nelson. Nelson back out to Tyler Rosbach. Takes it into the lane, puts a shot up. It's no good, but he got fouled. And that's on Swanson. It'll be Swanson's first personal, third team foul. Shot is on the way. It's good. 23-10. 6:48 to go. Second shot on the way. That one's short. Rebound chased down by the Vikings. And Irwin. And they're calling Irwin for an offensive foul.
All he did was slid around on his pivot foot.
And they're saying he threw an elbow in the process. Anyway, that's the first foul on Irwin. Should be the fourth foul on the Vikings, I think.
Yep, I got 4.
Scoreboard doesn't have 4, but now they do. So Prairie Farm to inbound on the far side. They get it into Jacob Rosbach to Clefstead. Over to Law. And the ball gets stolen by the Vikings. This is Medine. Puts up the three-pointer. It's short. Clefstead with the rebound. He brings it down the floor. High, wide, and right. Dribbles between the circles. Hands it off to Tyler Rosbach. Rosbach gets it out to Law between the circles. To Jacob Rosbach at the baseline. Gets it out to Tyler. Shot goes up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Swanson, and we're going to get a whistle.
Jump ball?
And I believe it's a foul. And the foul is on Clefstead.
His second.
Okay. That's the fourth team foul. I know one of the goals that Coach Noel had was to take it right at Clefstead and get him into foul trouble. He's got 2 already. Jensen with it. Gets it out to Medine from the elbow. His shot goes up, and we got a whistle and a foul. Falls on Singerhouse. Cooper Singerhouse, the 5'11 sophomore. First shot goes up. It's good by Medine. 24-10. Medine's second shot is up. It's good. Vikings up by 15. 5:58 to go. Down the floor come the Panthers. Ball gets sent off to the right side. Clefstead with it. Gets it into the lane. Now they get it to the baseline, over to the left side. And Tyler Rosbach puts it up and in. 25-12 Vikings. Irwin on the dribble. Takes it down the right side. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson loses the handle. And down the floor goes Clefstead. He lays it up and puts it in. And we have almost a hockey line. Now we're going to have a hockey line change. Evidently, Sikora forgot that that's what was happening. They all 5 got checked in. Johnson on the dribble. Feeds it down to the baseline to Swanson. Back out to Johnson. Puts up the 3. Bounces high and over the backboard, out of bounds. 5 in, 5 out for the Vikings.
One thing I like seeing Swanson do there is he got a little too deep on the baseline. He went to turn around and he was below the hoop, couldn't get a shot, so he had to kick it out to Johnson.
Vikings feed it in. Or check that, that's the Panthers feed it in. Clefstead with it. Cross-court pass over to Tyler Rosbach. He's high, wide, and right. Feeds it down into the right corner to Jacob Rosbach, the older brother. He puts up the three, rims around and out. Lenz feeds it out to Sikora. Sikora quickly down, feeds it down into the corner to Albright. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Lenz has the ball, trying to go up, feeds it back out. Three-pointer on the way, and he hit it. Elijah Ensminger with the three. 28-14. Tyler Rosbach with it. To Law. Into the forecourt to Clefstad. Cross-court pass to Singerhouse. Singerhouse has it on the right side. Tries to feed it over to Tyler. It gets knocked out of bounds by Ensminger. And inbounding the ball, that was almost an over and back. Three-pointer on the way by Clefstead is no good, and it's out of bounds to the Vikings. Down the floor comes Sikora. He's between the circles, pauses, takes it into the lane, kicks it out to Ensminger. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Lenz, but he loses control. It goes out of bounds, and it was tapped out of bounds by Prairie Farm. So the Vikings will have it.
Yep.
And we have a timeout on the floor. Vikings 28, Prairie Farm Panthers 14. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School girls basketball. Our next game will be on Tuesday, February 1st when the Vikings host the Altoona Railroaders. This is Game 2 of a broadcast doubleheader with the Viking boys playing Game 1 at Mondovi. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pre-game shortly after the boys' game is complete. That's live Colfax Viking girls basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Tuesday, February 1st.
And let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We've got another girls' game even before that coming up tonight after this game is done.
Doesn't get any better than that.
No, a lot of basketball. 4 games, 2 nights. Vikings have it. Taking in off the left baseline is Hajdukovic. You got a finger in the eye in the process.
Yeah, he's got
lost a contact, I think. And they stopped.
Oh, and that's never easy to do because it's dry now. I got a story about that. Since so I'm in Oliva Strum playing basketball, right?
Sure.
I get bumped in the eye. Contact falls out. I play the rest of the night without my contact. 2 hours later, I found it on the baseline. I just...
The question is, how was your scoring after you lost the contact?
Oh, terrible.
All right. Jensen comes in for Hajdukovic as he's going to get his contact back in. As Prairie Farm has the ball. And it gets taken away by Sikora. Feeds it over to Ensminger, lays it up and in. 30-14, Vikings on top. 3:14 to go in the first half. Prairie Farm Panthers with it. Feed it over to the right side to Tyler Rosbach. Feeds it to Jacob Rosbach, who tries to get it to Nelson, but Nelson had already started to break along the baseline, and the ball was thrown behind him. Hajdukovic back into the lineup, contact and all. And Sikora brings it down the floor for the Vikings. Sikora takes it down the right side of the lane, gets it out to Lenz. Lenz along the baseline, back over to Sikora. Sikora to Lenz from the corner. Lenz spins, gets it back to Sikora. To Lenz. Goes into the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Clefstead. Tyler Rosbach with it. Takes it between the circles. Over to Nelson, high, wide, and right. Then they get it to Singerhouse on the right wing, and the ball goes out of bounds. It was tapped out of bounds by the Vikings. So it'll be Prairie Farm ball.
Colfax, big guys got to be aware what they are on the court. They get a little too deep by the hoop. Can't get a shot.
Ball gets inbounded to Jacob Rosbach. He puts it up and in and drew the harm. I think, the foul's on Albright.
His second.
15 foul on the Vikings. Jacob Rosbach at the line. First shot is up. It's no good. Actually, it's the only shot because this was a +1 opportunity. Sikora with it. Brings it down across the timeline. Tries to feed it underneath. Got knocked down by Clefstead. Hajdukovic with it. Takes it on the left side. Feeds it underneath to Lanzik. He lost control, evidently, and off of himself, and it went out of bounds. Vikings up by 14. Just under 2 minutes to go in the half. Prairie Farm feeds it down into the forecourt. Clefstead on the right side. Tries the right baseline. Gets it over to Jacob Rosbach. Shot goes up, no good. Lenz with the rebound. Ball gets knocked away, but it's picked up by Sikora. Sikora gets it to Ensminger. Takes it over to the left side, then to Hajdukovic, back to Albright. They're running a little bit of a weave right now. Ensminger takes it in the lane, puts it up and in. 32-16. Quickly down the floor comes Singerhouse for Prairie Farm. Gets it out to Clefstead. Clefstead loses handle on the ball. Vikings can't control it. They feed it down underneath. Jacob Rosbach's shot is overlaid, and the Vikings come down the floor. And Sikora lays it up and in.
His first two.
It's an awfully nice move in the lane that time by Sikora. Singerhouse with it on the right side. Gets it over to Jacob Rosbach. Out high to Tyler Rosbach. Over to Clefstead. To Rosbach, that's Tyler in the lane. To Singerhouse, then to the baseline. Tyler Rosbach gets it out to Clefstead, three-pointer, and he hit the three. About 30 seconds to go in the first half. 34-19, Vikings on top. Vikings look like they're going to work for one shot here. It's Hajdukovic. He gets it over to Sikora, puts the ball on his hip. He's waiting for everybody to get set. Takes it over to the left side. Ensminger waiting down in the right corner. Let's see if they get it to him. Lenz takes it into the lane, and he got hung up trying to go in. That's Jacob Rosbach, I believe. Just about gave him a bear hug there. And it was on Rosbach. It's his first. Sixth team foul, so the Vikings not in the bonus, and we've got just over a second. Three-pointer, no good, and we're at halftime. Viking halftime with our Viking profile of Tristan Lenz coming up as the Vikings lead 34-19. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Tristan Lenz. And Tristan, you're a senior here at Colfax?
Yes, I am.
Okay, now Tristan, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
Yes, I am. I played football this year, and then I'm planning on playing baseball for the spring.
Okay, that'll keep you busy. Yep. So when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of an experience have you had?
I started since we could start it, and I've had a great experience. I got great friends, and it's been fun to share the court with them. So
what's the most important thing that you've learned playing basketball?
Always bring your teammates up and build good team chemistry.
Okay, so when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you occupied?
I usually play my PS4 a lot at home.
Okay, all right. Rapid fire questions for you here. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ooh, ice cream.
Favorite flavor?
Chocolate.
All right.
Just regular chocolate.
Sure. You can always go with chocolate. I mean, it's just it goes with everything.
It's real.
All right. Favorite color and why?
Ooh, blue.
Any reason or?
No.
You
No reason. I just like it.
Okay.
It's a nice color.
Now, if you could have a superpower, what would that be and why?
Ooh, to fly, so I can see everything from being up there. So.
And from my perspective, you're up there already.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, if you have a superpower like flying, of course, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So, what's Tristan's superhero name?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No idea.
Have to get back to you on that.
All right. Favorite NBA team?
Ooh, Milwaukee Bucks for sure.
All right. And the favorite college team?
Wisconsin Badgers.
All right. We're talking with Tristan Lenz on Viking Profile. And Tristan, what are your plans for after high school?
I'm planning on going to CVTC to get an electrician degree.
Okay. Hey, how about a shout out to the family?
Yeah. I got my mom home, Amy. My dad's at home right now too, Denny. And yeah, hi guys.
Okay. And when people watch Viking games, where are they going to find Tristan on the floor?
Down in the paint. That's where I play.
You kind of rule the roost down there, right?
Yep. For sure.
Hey, we want to thank Tristan Lenz for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, it starts to work itself out.
Time now for the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The Colfax Vikings athletics continued a busy schedule last week. However, COVID forced some flexibility in scheduling as well. The Viking boys had to postpone their game last Tuesday against the Spring Valley Cardinals due to COVID at Spring Valley. That game has been rescheduled as part of a boys then girls doubleheader on February 17th. Then on Thursday, the Viking boys defeated the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 55-43. That win leaves the boys with a record of 6 wins and 7 losses on the season and 3-4 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. The Viking girls split a pair of games last week. On Tuesday, they traveled to Mondovi where they defeated the Buffaloes 54-35. Then on Friday, the Viking girls suffered their first conference loss of the season when the Durand Panthers topped the Vikings 57-46. Those games leave the Vikings with an overall record of 15 wins and 2 losses and an 8-1 record in the Dun St. Croix Conference. This week, Viking basketball teams have another busy schedule with a total of 6 games. This includes a boys then girls doubleheader followed by a broadcast doubleheader. On Monday, the Viking boys will travel to Prairie Farm to play in part 1 of the boys then girls doubleheader against the Prairie Farm Panthers. Part 1 of this doubleheader will begin with Viking pregame at 5:25 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The game will be followed by the girls' game shortly after. Then on Tuesday, the boys will travel to Mondovi to take on the Buffaloes. This will be part one of a broadcast doubleheader with Viking pregame beginning at 6:55 and the girls versus Altoona following the boys game. The Viking boys wrap up their week on Friday when they travel to Durand to take on the Panthers. We are carrying that game live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. On Monday, the girls will travel to Prairie Farm to play in part two of a boys-girls doubleheader against the Prairie Farm Panthers. Coverage of this game will begin shortly following the conclusion of the boys' game at approximately 6:55 p.m. Then on Tuesday, the girls will host the Altoona Railroaders. This will be part two of a broadcast doubleheader with same-day coverage of the girls' game beginning following the boys at Mondovi. That will be approximately 9:30 p.m. The Viking girls will wrap up their week by hosting the Boyceville Bulldogs on Thursday. We're carrying that game live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. On Saturday, the Bloomer Colfax Raptors will travel to Cadott to take part in the Clover Belt Conference Wrestling Tournament. Now, coming up next week, the Viking boys basketball team will have 3 games. On Monday the 7th, the boys will travel to the Thorpe Cardinals in a makeup game that was originally scheduled for December 3rd. Then on Thursday the 10th, they will host the Boyceville Bulldogs. And on Saturday, the boys will wrap up their week by hosting the Osceola Chieftains. We'll carry all 3 of these games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking girls are scheduled for 2 games next week. On Tuesday, the 8th, they will travel to Spring Valley to take on the Cardinals. And then on Friday the 11th, the girls will host the Elk Mound Mounders. This game could determine the champion of the Dunn St. Croix Conference. We will carry those games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. In other school news, the Viking dance team will compete at the state dance competition in La Crosse on Saturday. The FBLA Regional Leadership Conference will be held also on Saturday. And that's what's happening at Colfax High School for the week of January 31st through February 5th.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Well, we're sorry for that interruption. You've missed some exciting basketball, but now we finally got it back. We've got the Vikings on top, 49-38.
Nope.
Okay. I have no idea why that noise came in, but we got it back. 49-40 is the score. 10-14 to go. But we had to basically reboot the whole system. Albright with the shot is no good. Hajdukovic has it, gets it out to Ensminger. Spins, puts the shot up, it doesn't crawl in. And Prairie Farm comes down with it. They get it to Tyler Rosbeck, who gets it to Clefstead, takes it between the circles over to the left side. Cross-court pass over to Tyler Rosbeck. Gets it to Singerhouse, now to the paint, and then out high and over to Clefstead on the left. He hit the three. What's that? That was Clefstead. Down the floor come the Vikings. Ensminger has it. We have a blocking foul being called on Singerhouse. And he came down kind of hard. And we're going to get Tyler Call into the lineup. Vikings to inbound. Albright with the two-pointer. He was inside the arc. Shot went up no good. Ball gets tapped away by Ensminger. He's on a solo flight. Takes it up. Nope. He dribbled it out of bounds along the sideline. So Prairie Farm will have it. And we have a timeout on the floor. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
And we're back at Prairie Farm. And now we should have our screen back. (49-45). Prairie Farm is pulled back to within 4. They've got the ball down on the left baseline, feed it into the lane to Jacob Rosbeck. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Lenz. Down the floor come the Vikings. Vikings have it at the free throw line.
Out to Sikora on the right side. Gets it into Lenz. And actually, Hajdukovic took it away from Lenz. 2 points for Nate Hajdukovic. His first 2 of the night. Ball Ball comes up to Prairie Farm. They get it to the baseline, and they draw a foul against Lens. So Zeke Mort will go to the line for 2. First shot's up and good. One more for Zeke. Tristan will come out. Nick Jensen in. Second shot's up and good. 51-47 Colfax, 7:54 left in the game. Scorer's got the ball. Comes on the court.
Okay, and now I really do think we're back. 51-47, Vikings on top. Jensen puts it up, it's no good. Ball gets tapped out of bounds, and they're gonna give it to Prairie Farm.
I thought that was an easy one. Easy call, but apparently not.
All right, Prairie Farm comes down the floor. They feed it down to the left side. Then coming down the lane, and they're going to get Jensen with a foul. And
Coach Snow wants to know what they called that one.
So, at the line is Tyler Rosbach. Jacob Rosbach into the lineup. 51-47. Tyler's shot is good. It's a 3-point game. That's a 1-possession game with 7:24 to go. Vikings bring it down the floor. And Sminger feeds it over to Albright. Takes it to the top of the key, over to the right side to Sikora. Sikora puts it up and got it to drop.
4 points for Sikora.
Prairie Farm with it. Takes it over to the right side. Feeds it down along the baseline. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Prairie Farm's ball.
Good hands by Nate Idukovic.
Rosbach to inbound. That's Tyler. Gets it into Clefstead. Jumper. He hit it. We're within 2. 53-51.
Clefstead's got 19 points.
Prairie Farm's been battling their way back. Sikora with it. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebound taken away by Prairie Farm. Prairie Farm coming down the floor. Looking to at least tie on this time down. They get it to Clefstead. Now down to Rosbach. And the whistle. And the foul's on Sikora.
He fell over, had to stand up, and the guy just bumped him.
Tyler Rosbach at the line, shooting the 1-on-1. Shot goes up, it's good. 53-52. That's the first foul on Sikora, by the way. 7th team foul on the Vikings. Second shot on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Clefstead. He gets it out to Nelson. Over into the corner, and the pass is intercepted by Albright. To Sikora across the timeline, takes it over to the left side. And the whistle.
You're gonna fall on Clefstead.
I believe so. Yes, it is.
That's his third. Oh, that's his fourth. No, it's his third.
15 foul.
Nice defense, Ed.
Sikora with it.
Do it again.
between the circles, gets it over to the right side to Ensminger. Ensminger out to Albright. Over to Hajdukovic on the left. Back out to Ensminger at top of the key. Thought about the three, takes it to the free throw line. So Albright takes it down the right baseline. Or now Albright has it. Check that. Oh, they're going to get Albright with a travel. He hit the three, but they said no, he traveled first. 53-52. Prairie Farm with it. Rosbach with it. Takes it to the lane, ball gets taken away. Ensminger with the dribble. Gets it to Hajdukovic, takes it to the lane. We have a whistle and a foul as he's going in.
Good move by Nate Hajdukovic. Draw the foul.
And the foul is on Nelson.
Let's see if that's his first.
Nope. It's his second. Sixth team foul, and Hajdukovic goes to the line for two. First shot is up, it's good. Second shot up. Off the iron, no good. Rebound chased down by Hajdukovic. And they're going to say he traveled. Nope, we got a foul. Foul's on Nelson. That's what caused him to travel.
Yep, got a hold of his arm.
So Hajdukovic goes to the line now for the 1-on-1. The shot is up, no good. Rebound taken down by Rosbach. Tyler Rosbach across the timeline. 2-point game. Jacob Rosbach down into the corner. Back to Jacob. Across the paint to Tyler. He lays it up and in, and we're tied at 54. Across the timeline comes Sikora. He feeds it over high, wide and right to Albright. Takes it down the right baseline, spins, gets it back out to Hajdukovic. Over to Ensminger. Ensminger feeds it over to Sikora. Sikora with the three-pointer on the way. He hit the three! 57-54. Vikings on top, 4:19 to go. Prairie Farm feeds it down into the forecourt. Down underneath the loft. Out to Clefstead, three-pointer on the way, it's no good. Rebound, tapped around, coming away with it is Prairie Farm. Tyler Rosbach with it. Feed it into the elbow, and then out to the left side, and trying to come along the baseline, but the Vikings come out with the ball, feeding it down the floor to Sikora. He lays it up and in. And we have a timeout on the floor. Vikings 59, Prairie Farm 54, 3:49 to go, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back here at Prairie Farm High School, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Jeff Gust on the camera. And we really want to apologize for the technical problems we had a little bit earlier, but it seems like we've got everything back under control. Knock on wood. Prairie Farm with the ball. Vikings up by 5. Under 4 minutes to go. Singerhouse gets it over to Clefstead. Clefstead over to Nelson on the right side to Singerhouse down in the right corner. Back out high. And now Clefstead has it between the circles. He's at the top of the key. Takes it over to the left side, down in the left corner to Tyler Rosbach. He lays it up. It's no good. Vikings come away with the rebound. Sikora on the dribble, comes across the timeline. He feeds it over to the left side. That's Ensminger, feeds it underneath to Jensen, but the ball got taken away. And we're going to get a whistle. And I think we have a foul on Hajdukovic. Yes, fouls on Hajdukovic.
It's only a second.
8th foul on the Vikings. That'll send Rosbach to the line. He's 2 for 4 so far, at least in this half. First shot's up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Hajdukovic went high to get that one. Sikora across the timeline on the left side. Now he takes it into the paint himself, lays it up, it goes in, and he draws the harm.
Quick move there by Sikora.
Clefstead did not like that call. That's his 4th personal. And the shot is up and good. 62-54. Vikings back up by 8. Down the floor comes Tyler Rosbach, goes to the left baseline. Feeds it across to Clefstead from the right corner. Shot is no good. Jacob Rosbach with the turnaround jumper. He put it in.
He's got 6 points.
And the Vikings bring it down the floor. Sikora with it, high, wide, and right. Feed it into the lane to Jensen. He puts it up. It's good. 64-56. Tyler Rosbach with it. Between the circles. Over to the left side to Nelson. Back out to Clefstead between the circles. Clefstead feeds it over to Nelson. Or check that, that's Tyler Rosbach. To Singerhouse on the baseline. Turns around, puts it up, no good. Jacob Rosbach shot is blocked. Put back is up and in. 64-58. Under 2. Coming up on a minute and a half, in fact. Sikora with it. Is at the top of the key. Feeds it out to Albright on the left side. Albright to the free throw line. Over to the right side to Ensminger. Ensminger on the dribble. He's at the free throw line. Into the lane. Gets it to Jensen. Back out to Sikora. Vikings running some clock.
They can take it slow now.
Sikora. Out to Ensminger. High, wide, and right. To Hajdukovic.
Prairie Farm has the ball.
Hajdukovic with it. Down into the right corner. Back out high to Hajdukovic.
Gotta do something, right? Let's go.
He's still on the dribble. Gets it over to Sikora. Sikora on the dribble. The ball gets knocked away. Down the floor comes Prairie Farm, and he got fouled. That was Tyler Rosbach on the dribble, and the foul is on Sikora. It's his 2nd. 9th foul on the Vikings.
These are big free throws.
First shot is up. Off the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Prairie Farm. And
we got a foul on
as Jacob Rosbach was going up, they're going to get Hajdukovic for the foul coming over the top. That's a 10th foul on the Vikings, 3rd foul on Hajdukovic. This is Jacob Rosbach at the line for 2. He's in the double bonus. First shot's good. I think it was a shooting foul anyway. Tristan Lenz into the lineup for Jensen. Second shot on the way. It's good. 64-60. Viking lead cut to 4. 43 seconds. remaining. Down the floor come the Vikings. Sikora with it, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Sikora's going to go to the line with 37 seconds and some change remaining.
I do believe it was on Rosbeck.
It's the 9th foul. Shot goes up. Yeah, it was on Tyler Rosbeck. And down the floor comes Rosbeck with the ball. Feeds it into the lane to Jacob Rosbeck and lays it up and in. 64-62, and we have a timeout on the floor. 26.6 seconds remaining, in your tune to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Bremer Avenue in Colfax.
When you've checked that hayfield and find it's time to harvest, give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give your bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
26 and some change left in this one. Vikings up by 2. Full court pressure being put on by Prairie Farm. Albright has it to Hajdukovic. They feed it to Albright, gets it into the forecourt to Lenz on the baseline. He goes in, lays it up and in, and he drew the harm.
See if they want to see if they get intentional. They're talking about it.
They called an intentional foul. On Prairie Farm. I didn't get the number of who committed it. So we'll see now. Coach Knoll is talking about how many free throws Tristan Lenz is going to get here. Now, bear in mind, folks, this game is far from over, but when it is over, we'll have a very short Viking post game. Then we're going to shut things down for just a very short time while we reconfigure and get things ready for the girls' game that's going to come up right after this. Tristan Lenz with his first shot. It's on the way, no good. 66-62, 16.6 seconds remaining. Lenz with a second shot. It's on the way, it's no good.
Colfax should
now he gets one more.
Now
no,
Colfax
Vikings will have the ball. I thought he would get the one for the +1 and then 2 for the intentional.
Right.
But
right.
But they only gave him 2, so Vikings to inbound it. They get it out to Lenz. 15 seconds to go. Albright with it. Gets it out to Ensminger. Ensminger turns. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. And I believe that's going to be on Tyler Rosbeck. And Ensminger is going to be shooting 2 because he's in the double bonus. First shot is up. It's good. (67-62). Ensminger to shoot his second. It's on the way. It's good. 68-62. Vikings up by 6. 8 seconds remaining. Down the floor comes Rosbeck over to Jacob Rosbeck. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound put up. It's no good. And there's the buzzer and the final score. Vikings 68 and the Prairie Farm Panthers 62. You've been tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. Well, not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Boys Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
And we're back here at Prairie Farm High School with Viking Post Game, and you're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Vikings come out on top, 68-62. Dan, can you fill us in on the scoring?
Yeah, here's the scores for Prairie Farm tonight. They were led by number 23, Alec Clefstead with 19. We had Tyler Rosbeck with 17. We had Jacob Rosbeck with 12. We had JC Nelson with 7. We had Zeke Mart with 5. And Cooper Singerhouse with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, they were led tonight by number 22, Tristan Lenz with 16 points. Followed by Eli Jensminger with 13. Bryce Sikora with 12. Ryan Albrecht with 8. Nick Jensen with 5. And Nate Hajdukovic and Blake Johnson with 3.
Okay, and that comes out to 68-62. Vikings come out on top, putting their record up to 7-7 on the season, so they draw even for the season. Now, folks, we're going to take a bit of a break here while we get things reconfigured, and then we'll be ready for Viking girls basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Boys game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.